This video we got meet the most overrated player in football, and the cover art is Jalen Hurts. Now, what I got to say about this is, do I think Jalen Hurts is slightly overrated? Just a little bit. But I also, not only do I think he's slightly overrated, I think he's also overhated. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he is a pretty good quarterback. He's one of the best in the league, even though his team is obviously the best in the league. Like, that team is stacked as shit. That team is, like, comparable to the 2017 Golden State Warriors. This team is stacked as fuck. But if you replace Jalen Hurts with a quarterback like Kenny Pickett, bro, they're not winning more than 5 games. I'm telling you right now, they're not winning more than 5 games. So, yes, this team is stacked, but Jalen Hurts is also very talented. So, I don't think he's overrated like people say he is. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't really care for him like that, but I can acknowledge his greatness. You know what I'm saying? I do think Jalen Hurts he's one of the best in the league. Yes, for sure. But he is slightly overrated because Eagles fans make it seem like he's better than Patrick Mahomes when it's just like, come on, bro. It's clear as day that he's not. But, hey, let's get into this video and see what this guy has to say.
I respect a lot about Jalen Hurts, but I think Jalen Hurts is also like the most overrated player in football.
Wow.
Okay, so
wow. Oh, my God.
Was this
straight like that? Who do y'all think? Who's more overrated than Jalen Hurts? Let me see. Who's more overrated? I can't think of the top of my head, but it's definitely someone that's more overrated than Jalen Hurts, bro. For sure. For sure, bro. I know Sauce Gardner starting to... Nah, I don't think Sauce Gardner overrated, bro. I don't think you're overrated. I'll probably tell y'all somewhere in the video somebody more overrated than Jalen Hurts. Dak. Oh, my God. Dak Prescott is way more overrated than Jalen Hurts, bro. For sure. For sure. For sure, bro. Every time I scroll on Twitter, I see stats of Dak. Like, Dak is just like... They're making it seem like Dak is so great. Bro, Dak is only good in the regular season, bro. He can't perform at all in the playoffs. Bro, Dak is way more overrated than Jalen Hurts, bro. I'm telling you. That dude don't know what he's talking about, bro. He don't know ball.
Super Bowl 59 MVP quarterback Jalen Hurts.
Like, Twitter loves Dak Prescott, bro.
This for an athlete will always matter more than anything else. I owe publicly Jalen Hurts an apology. I was probably one this year who's been the hardest on him.
and now this.
It's disrespectful having Jalen Hurts at number 9. It's
Can we see the
disrespectful.
list
What you
again?
mean?
Oh, go ahead, Dan.
I think using...
Let me check this list. All right. Wait, so, hold on. Allen. All right. Burrow, Lamar, JD. I like Jaden Daniels, but we having him over. Yeah, okay. And you know what? Never mind. JD over Hurts last season. Okay, I could dig that. But Stafford. Now, we all know Matthew Stafford is a monster, but we're having him over Jalen Hurts, bro? Nah. I'm definitely not taking Justin Herbert over Jalen Hurts at all. And neither am I taking Jared Goff over Jalen Hurts. So, this low-key... Yo, him at 9 is kind of crazy, bro. He should at least be at 6. He should be at 6, bro, because none of these guys ahead of him... at that.
Can we see the list again, y'all? Go ahead, Dan.
I think using disrespectful is extreme for me in that situation. I think that we have to have...
Do you think he's low?
Let's have the conversation about it.
Okay.
Like,
You can have elite flashes. Well, you ask that question, are we winning because of you, solely because of you? Or is it the resources around you?
Bro,
He's
Cam
ranked on
Newton.
ESPN's top
If you was
quarterback
to go to that team
behind
right now,
Yankees
they're not
already
winning.
outdueled and surrounded by whispers that he's nothing more than a product of a stacked team.
the context has to be had of who had the #1 defense in football last year? Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Who had a running back threaten the all-time record, and he went for over 2,000 yards?
Yeah.
last year? The Philadelphia Eagles. Who had the best offensive line in football last year? The Philadelphia
So
Eagles.
are we holding personnel against him?
What is this supposed to
People
mean,
actually
bro?
think and are vocalizing that Jalen Hurts is the
There
most
are games where Jalen Hurts has low-key won this shit by himself because of his great passes. Like, let's not sit here and act like he's not a dot. Like, let's not sit here and act like Jalen Hurts isn't a reason why this team is winning. Like, I hate when people do that shit, bro.
Rated quarterback in the NFL.
That shit is stupid, bro.
But where did this narrative even come
he's
from?
not getting as many passes yards as he should, but
and
come
I guess
on,
more
bro.
importantly, is it true?
So my takeaway on Jalen Hurts is I don't think he's a franchise quarterback.
Well,
Oh
find out
my
we have to go
God,
back and trace
yo.
the roots of this overrated label and figure out whether it was ever valid to begin with. I mean, drafted in the second round of the 2020 NFL Draft by the Philadelphia Eagles, Hurts was seen less as a future franchise cornerstone and more as a contingency plan, a gadget player, a glorified insurance policy for, at the time, Carson Wentz.
The Eagles used the second-round pick, number 53 overall, to select Jalen Hurts to be Carson Wentz's backup. This pick has confused some, since the Eagles have such a huge financial commitment to Wentz already. So does it make sense to you that the Eagles drafted Hurts?
If I am Carson Wentz and I believe in myself, I'm going to demand a trade right now. You draft my replacement, you said this whole draft is about getting me help. If you're Carson Wentz, and you won't get me help because you want that second round pick so bad to go to the guy who's going to replace me?
They don't see the talent in you, buddy. That's why.
No.
And while his early flashes in 2020 were electric, like beating the Saints,
blitz is coming. Hurts sees it, gets rid of it. It's caught for the touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey. There's a penalty back by the quarterback.
and taking Arizona to the wire, he still completed barely over 50% of his passes. The numbers gave doubters ammo. In their eyes, he wasn't a QB. He was just an athlete.
The divorce that seemed inevitable this offseason has reached a peak, with the Philadelphia Eagles agreeing to trade Carson Wentz.
What do you think of this? For a third and a second, he's going to the Colts.
Colts badly overpaid. Badly. You should receive draft compensation for taking Carson Wentz, who I told everyone 2 years ago in the second half was not good. And then last year, everyone finally figured out, actually, yeah, he's not good.
Fast forward to 2022, and Jalen Hurts isn't just a starter anymore. He's dominating.
Second down and 8. First pass play from Jalen Hurts, who's well protected.
Come on, like, look at this, bro. Look at that. That is a beautiful pass, bro. Beautiful pass.
Jackson for 32 yards.
Through 14 weeks in this league, without question, Jalen Hurts is the most valuable player of this league.
Man.
Oh boy, deep ball it is.
Who is the reason A.J. Brown is top 5 in the league, bro? Jalen Hurts. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
He finished second in MVP voting and led the Eagles to a 14-3 record.
And the Eagles have been the NFC's best team all season long. Zeros on the clock, and they will carry that momentum with big
oh my
wins
God!
in the round against the Giants, and here in the championship round against San Francisco, all the way to Arizona and Super Bowl 57.
Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts will podium 2.
It's tough. It's tough. You know, we worked really hard to have this opportunity and to come up short. You know, it's tough.
They should have won that. They should have won that shit.
I've been here before. That's the beautiful thing about it. So you either win or you learn. That's how I feel. You either win or you learn.
They would have made it all the way to Super Bowl 57, where despite one or two mistakes, Hurts outdueled Patrick Mahomes for much of the game before the Eagles defense.
Yeah, bro, Hurts was dominating.
That's the best game I've ever seen Jalen Hurts play.
He was spectacular last night. I opened the show by saying I thought he was the best player on the field. Bart gave me a funny look. I understand Mahomes. I'm not suggesting he should have been the MVP in defeat. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, if you ask me who was the best player on the field,
he outplayed Mahomes like shit.
Suddenly, Hurts has launched into a whole new tier.
Have we not learned about Jalen Hurts yet? What have we not learned about Jalen Hurts?
Don't doubt him.
Yet.
But here's the thing about success. It changes how you're judged. The second Hurts went from underrated to top 5, the scrutiny got sharper. People started poking holes in his resume. Some said the Eagles' dominant O-line and stacked offense made him look better than he actually was.
Does Jalen Hurts deserve to be ahead?
Just a little bit, yeah. I agree.
He's not. And I listen, everybody likes Jalen Hurts,
But as a general rule of thumb, if your biggest question mark as a general rule...
Bro, you're not... Okay, this is 2023. Never mind. Never mind.
Of thumb, if your biggest question mark as a quarterback is...
I was about to say, bro, we're not taking Nick Bosa over Jalen Hurts in 25.
He can't be the second best quarterback in football. That's just fair.
Others pointed to his rushing touchdowns and questioned how sustainable they were. Was he really elite or just in the right system? That question, whether he was elite because of his team or in spite of them, fueled a firestorm. And fair or not, that's where the overrated label started to stick. The peak of the backlash, though, came in early 2024, but it didn't come out of nowhere. The season following the Eagles' Super Bowl appearance in 2022 wasn't nearly as dominant. While they started strong, the team got worse as the year went on, losing key games late in the season, struggling with injuries, and visibly lacking the dominance that had defined the year before.
S.A., how concerned are you?
Dang, I forgot bro name.
I'm very concerned.
What's bro name that won the Heisman?
Window closed. I'm just talking about this season right now. In fact, they're going home very, very early.
Who was that receiver on the Eagles that won the Heisman, bro? I forgot his name. He's a beast, too. What is his name? Damn, I forgot. It started with a D. Fuck, I forgot bro name. Damn, I keep thinking of Deshaun Jackson. Bro, it's not Deshaun Jackson, bro. What is his name? What is bro name? It's fuck. What's his name? I can't think of his name, bro. Hold on.
Right now, you've got that finger injury. That's what you told everybody yesterday. Okay, we got that part. But let's pay attention to this one. The man has thrown 8 interceptions this season when blitzed.
They limped into the playoffs and were unceremoniously eliminated in the wild card round by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A game where the offense looked flat and the defense uninspired.
Devontae Smith.
32-9 win. Uncertainty on the Eagles sideline.
That's his name, Devontae Smith. He low-key got to step it up this year.
They were in charge really from the get-go. And off to Detroit.
He's nice, but
it was a bitter end to a season that began with championship aspirations. And that offseason, that's where the talk really started to pick up.
I look at Jalen Hurts, who I think is a phenomenal player, an excellent leader. And when you get paid $200+ million, we need results.
Analysts, fans, and media personalities all began reevaluating Jalen Hurts' rise. Was he just a flash in the pan? Was 2022 just a fluke? The questions came louder and the criticism sharper.
There was a lot of excitement coming into this game, but that quickly went away just a little bit after kickoff. We did talk to a lot of fans here in Center City who described this game as embarrassing.
Former NFL QB and NBC analyst Chris Sims, never shy with his takes, by the way, publicly declared Jalen Hurts the most overrated quarterback in the NFL.
Jalen Hurts is, I respect a lot about Jalen Hurts, but I think Jalen Hurts is also like the most overrated player in football. All right, that's me. He plays quarterback for a team that's an all-star team. They have the best O-line in football. It's not even close, right? They got maybe the best duos at receiver in all of football. Right, I just think if you put some other quarterbacks in Philly, you put Kyler Murray there, you'd go, damn, Kyler's amazing. Is he the MVP of football?
Bro, if you put Kyler there, they are not winning. They're not winning. Like, come on, bro. They're not winning.
They ran with it. Memes, tweets, talk shows. Suddenly, Jalen Hurts was the poster child for the product of his environment archetype. A glorified system QB with the superhero O-line, 2 top receivers, and an MVP.
Kyler Murray is not a better deep passer than Jalen Hurts, bro.
I'm just not there yet. I am not sold.
What I see is a marginally accurate quarterback. He's athletic, but he doesn't like to get hit. He is out after his first read.
He's not Lamar Jackson. He can run it. He runs it well. But he's not Lamar
Jackson. He doesn't
Jackson.
like to get hit.
Like,
listen to the shit he's saying. He doesn't like to get hit.
Started buying in. Hurts is good, but became a common phrase in football circles. The doubt had gone mainstream. But here's the problem with that narrative. It ignores the actual tape. So, let's talk facts. In 2022, Hurts threw for over 3,700 yards, rushed for 760 more, and had 35 total touchdowns with 6 interceptions.
Not even bad.
Winning drives. He shredded playoff defenses. He dropped 300+ passing yards and 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. And oh, by the way, ran for 3 more.
Looking for a block, and he gets there. He's in.
Hate to break it to you, but system QBs, they don't do that. even in 2023 when the Eagles regressed late in the year. Hurts still led the team to 11 wins, threw for over 3,800 yards, and accounted for 38 total touchdowns. The tush push? Yeah, that didn't throw darts to A.J. Brown or drop dimes to Devontae Smith's hands. Hurts did that.
All right, but we're not finna give him like credit for those tush pushes. We ain't doing that, bro. We ain't doing that. We ain't finna give him credit for that shit, bro. That's OP. Like come on, bro. We ain't doing that, bro. That's cheating, bro. That shit is cheating.
And as far as the rushing touchdowns, why is it a bad thing that he's too effective in short yardage? If anything, it's a testament to how his physicality adds to his value, not subtracts from it. But despite all of those things, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles entered the upcoming season with more pressure than ever before. And more doubters, too.
Let's get into this, man. Will we ever know what was going on with that team last year? Will we ever know why that team flopped at the end? And again, then there's the question of, like, were Sirianni and Hurts on the dreaded not same page?
Right, are they cool? I don't know.
So, what did Jalen Hurts do about it? He responded the only way he knows how, by going back to work.
Breaking news. Everybody wants to hear this one. The Philadelphia Eagles have agreed to terms with running back Saquon Barkley. Oh my goodness.
I couldn't believe my eyes when I seen this.
I did not think this was real. I got to tell you, I was the biggest doubter as this was going on.
But we didn't know if Saquon, because he had just came off like a bad year with the Giants. So we really didn't know if he was still in his prime or not, honestly. We didn't know how he was going to play. And he came out to be a monster. Oh, my God. He came out to be a fucking monster.
3 years, $37.75 million contract. Could be worth
top 2 running back in the league, bro.
6.75 includes $26 million fully guaranteed at signing. Wow. Are you kidding me?
Armed with a new offensive wrinkle in the form of Saquon Barkley, Hurts led the Eagles to one of the most balanced and versatile attacks in football. Barkley gave the offense a dynamic backfield threat it hadn't seen since probably LaShawn McCoy. Paired with Hurts' legs, a revamped short passing game, and deep threats in the likes of A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, the Eagles became a nightmare to game plan for. And Hurts was the engine behind it all.
Hurts looking the other way. Lofts it. Barkley, end zone. Makes the grab. Touchdown.
Like, even Barkley was catching those.
Right now, the way
looking like A.J. Brown out there.
Hurts is different than the last 2 years.
Come on, man.
If you haven't updated your materials, that's your fault.
For A.J. Brown. Oh, he's got it. He's in. All the way for an Eagle touchdown.
But none of this would happen without the passer. You got to understand, these are great passes that are being thrown right here. As a matter of fact, fuck great passes. These are perfect passes.
For A.J.
Look at this. So this is not a perfect pass right here, bro. Come on, man. Kyler Murray might throw that shit short. He might throw it short. Alright, what are we talking about?
Confidently, processed faster, and became even more lethal in the red zone. For all the people who said he couldn't win with his arm, he spent the season proving them wrong.
Do these Eagles look like a Super Bowl team to you?
Hell yes. They have a top 10 defense, and bringing a guy like Saquon Barkley in game, he changes dynamics all over this.
Didn't they add that to the game?
Then came the playoffs.
And Madden?
A lot of time. Looking, rolling end zone, caught for the touchdown. Jahan Dotson.
I need to see Jalen Hurts.
They need to use Dotson more too.
Not being reliant on your running game and saying, I gotta win this.
This one might send them to the championship game. Here's Barkley, a little shovel, looking for an edge, gets it. Saquon Barkley, first down. Barkley, Saquon, touchdown.
And that's it. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to the Super Bowl.
I thought Barkley was going to break that record, bro, of Eric Dickerson's.
That's changed my life. It changed my life, and it changed my mentality, and it changed everything. Because for so long, I was seeking. What would I do when I got this moment again? What would I do when this opportunity met me again? On the biggest stage, everybody watching. I didn't get benched. put on a good show. And I couldn't have done that without you guys. But I left that motherfucker so empty. It doesn't matter but winning. And when you talk about team sports and you talk about everything that we've gone through, that's been the mission this whole motherfucking time. So, you know, for all the hard work and everything that we've been able to do to this point, just take it one play at a time.
Damn, look at that stadium.
Come to you.
I gotta go to one,
Ask
bro.
yourself how you want to be remembered.
I gotta go
Super
to
Bowl
an NFL
59,
game.
A rematch against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. The quarterback many had crowned the undisputed best in the game. And Hurts, he didn't flinch. He outplayed Mahomes on the biggest stage, again. But this time, the Eagles didn't collapse in the second half. The game was pretty much over in the first.
Oh,
Either
this
way,
shit was sad, bro.
Hurts finished the job.
This
He threw
was
2
sad.
touchdowns, ran in another, and commanded the game from start to finish. The Eagles won. The city erupted. And Jalen Hurts was named Super Bowl MVP.
Super Bowl 59 MVP, quarterback Jalen Hurts.
It was the final piece of the puzzle, the last receipt. Everything he had been doubted for, his accuracy, his poise, his ceiling, it all melted under the lights of the Super Bowl stage. The critics had nothing left. For a moment, it felt like the overrated label might finally die. But as we all know, perception still finds a way to trail performance.
A great offense.
Jalen Hurts does not have to play elite for the Philadelphia Eagles to win.
Oh, here we go, bro.
He has to play good, but he doesn't have to play elite.
It's disrespectful having Jalen Hurts at number 9. It's
can we see the list again, y'all? But go ahead, Dan.
I think
Here
using
we fucking
disrespectful
go.
is extreme for me in that situation.
So let's talk about that ESPN Top 10 QB ranking, shall we? Jalen Hurts came in at number 9, behind names like Justin Herbert.
Bro,
who
like
still-
I told y'all last time, he should be above Goff. He should definitely be above Herbert. I like Herbert, but come on. Let's use our brains. He should be above Herbert. He should be above Stafford. Now, the top 5 is valid. This top 5 is completely valid, honestly. Mahomes at 1. Last year, bro, Mahomes wasn't 1, bro. Mahomes wasn't 1 last year, but I can dig the top 5. I dig it.
Hasn't won a playoff game. And Jaden Daniels, while having an amazing year, it was only 1 year. On paper, it feels like an insult, honestly. And to many, it confirmed what critics have been saying for months. See? Even the league doesn't think he's
It's
elite.
It's only one
Now,
year,
I
but
might
we
be
going
reaching
off that
here,
1 year.
So let's preface that. But out of everyone on that list, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar, all of them, Jalen Hurts is the only quarterback who wasn't drafted in the first round. And that matters. Whether we admit it or not, we treat high draft picks differently. First round quarterbacks get the benefit of the doubt. They're viewed through a lens of potential, polish, and pedigree. They're expected to be great, and so we assume they are, even when they're not delivering. But Hurts, he was a second rounder, a day 2 project, if you will. A pick that was controversial from the moment it was announced. So no matter what he accomplishes, he's playing catch up in people's minds subconsciously. Not because of his talent.
So this
but
makes
because
it
of the
even
label
better.
He came into the league with. I mean, if you want to look at it the other way, Trevor Lawrence, the number 1 overall pick in 2021, has had a rocky start to his NFL career. While he's shown flashes, he hasn't yet lived up to the generational hype he entered the league with. But because he was drafted first overall,
Man, they thought
he's
this
still
guy was
widely
gonna be
given
Tom
grace.
Brady.
People blame the coaching, the roster, and the circumstances around him. Hurts hasn't been offered that same benefit of the doubt. He had to be productive immediately, lead a winning team, and outperform expectations just to belong in the conversation. Unless you're Tom Brady, being drafted outside the first round sticks to you. It's like an invisible cap placed on your ceiling by the public. You don't get the same leeway. You don't get the same praise. You don't get the same automatic slot at the top of these lists. So when Hurts does something extraordinary, people aren't as quick to crown him, because deep down, many still view him as the guy who wasn't supposed to be here at all. And that bias, it bleeds into rankings, narratives, and debates. Critics love pointing to Hurts' flaws, man. Yes, he can improve his pocket processing. Yes, he takes too many hits. Yes, he had some sloppy turnovers in 2023. But you know what they won't mention? That he came back from being benched in a national championship game and still made it to the NFL. That he bet on himself at Oklahoma and became a Heisman finalist. That he was drafted into a city that, Eagles fans, let's be honest here, hated the pick and turned you guys into believers. That he carried his team to a
Eagles
Super
fans,
Bowl.
y'all hated this pick? Wow. That's shocking me. Y'all hated this? Well, I mean, he wasn't projected to be one of the best in the draft, so I mean, I could kind of understand, but
in his second full year as a starter, that he's only 26. So yeah, Jalen Hurts, he is overrated. If by overrated you mean a Super Bowl champion, an MVP, a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro, an MVP runner-up, one of the winningest QBs over the last 2 seasons, a top 5 dual threat QB in league history, and the leader of one of the most respected locker rooms in the NFL, then yeah, wildly overrated. See, Jalen Hurts isn't just defying the odds. He's rewriting what we expect from a modern quarterback. He's not perfect, but he's proven. And if the worst thing people can say about you is that your team is too good, maybe that's not a bad place to be. Because at the end of the day, being overrated only matters if you can't back it up. And Jalen Hurts, yeah, he's been backing it up since day one.
Jalen, it feels like all offseason a main topic was where do you rank amongst your peers at quarterback? Is that something you pay attention to? And does it matter to you when sometimes these lists have you maybe lower than?
I'm just focused on being the best that I can be.
So you don't pay attention to the list or anything?
Purely focused on being the best I can be.
That's all you can do, man. Hey, so he's already top 5 best dual quarterbacks of all time already. Who do y'all think is one? It's got to be Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is definitely the best dual threat quarterback of all time. Like, he's got to be. Like, no questions. Like, nothing, bro. Like, he's obviously the greatest of all time. But, bro, damn, he's already top 5? That shit crazy, but... Yeah, bro, honestly, I feel like Jalen Hurts is just slightly overrated, bro. But I do think he doesn't give the props that he deserves, though. But, yeah, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. He might have another dominant year. The Eagles are still looking scary. The Eagles are still looking scary, but so are my Steelers, you know what I'm saying? I heard y'all, y'all heard we got Jalen Ramsey on the squad now. We got Darius Slay on the squad now. You know what we finna do? You know what we about to do? Come on, man. I can't wait. We reacting to every preseason game, man. I'm gonna see y'all next video, and I'm out, man. Peace.